Yeah, no, the guys are feeling good. It was a tough game, and it was very, very tough conditions, and we played a very tough side in my opinion. I think Bradford might have maybe conned a few people earlier in the year, but I think their fast-growing reputation as a side that you need to play very well against to beat them, and we were really happy with the way we performed in those conditions the other day.
And when you look at the backs, obviously with Aaron Murphy came in at full back and Luke George, it was an error-free performance. And how important was that in such difficult conditions?
Yeah, well, your back three are obviously in tough conditions going to get probably tested and probably in more uncomfortable ways than anybody else in the field. And between the three of them, they never had one error, which in dry track's great. Your back three don't have a mistake, never land in the wet. So they should be really proud of what they achieved, and generally they achieved it through good work by them, but also the team helped them out as well.
Obviously that performance keeps you top of the Super League, but this weekend it's another Challenge Cup game against Swinton. How important and how much of a winnable competition do the Giants see the Challenge Cup this year?
I just think the Challenge Cup's a competition that everyone's in it to win it, or you may as well not go in it. It's a knockout competition. Once you lose, you're out. If you win, you stay in. And when you're in there, I think everyone looks at it as doing well in the competition and trying to get to Wembley. It's quite a unique competition, especially for Aussies it is. We don't have one like this back home anymore. We did years ago, but it never had the following or the same atmosphere or the same history as what the Challenge Cup does. So it's very exciting, and it's still one of those things you need to go game by game. You can't, whilst everyone wants to win it, you've just got to go game by game, win your game and try and get your name in the hat, and then when it comes around to playing again, hopefully you're playing well and you got your better players fit and you go back out and you win again. And for us this week, we play Swinton, and we need to show them the respect they deserve. They play with some good structure. They've got some good halves with good passing games. We've got some big, strong wingers, and it's a game that if we get our attitude right and play well, we should do well in. But if you go out there and you think it's going to be easy, well, you only have to look what happened to Featherstone and what Featherstone in the Featherstone Cass game, and obviously last year ourselves against Batley. We got lucky late against Batley, and generally that probably can come down to your attitude and the respect you show the opposition. So we'll definitely be fielding a very good side, and one that we would expect to do well against any Super League side. We just need to make sure we show Swinton the respect they deserve.
Obviously playing against Swinton, they're lesser known than most of the Super League teams. So how do you prepare for such a fixture? Is there much footage that you get to look at them? How do the lads prepare for a team that's lesser known?
Well, we've got a tape of them playing Featherstone, who only just beat them last week, and Featherstone beat Cass. So I think that's probably enough to suggest straight away that they need to be shown good respect, because Featherstone have obviously been quite a good National League side for a while, and probably one that's probably pushing for the Super League competition as the years progress. So we just, the players will see some footage, and as I said, we'll concentrate more on ourselves as we generally do, but we'll have to make sure our attitude's good. And as we said, you just need to show that any time a side goes onto a field that you play against, you need to show them respect, and if we do that, we should be able to work our way out and do well.
Is it going to give you a chance to play some of the young lads who impressed at the start of the season?
Well, we've got 4 guys that won't play from last week's game, which a few's due to injury, and 2's due to the fact that they haven't had a game off this year when we had all the injuries earlier in the year, and they played through Easter. So it's not that we're resting them because we think it's going to be an easy week. It's more that pretty much our whole squad has had time off except for 2 of the players, and the other 2 are generally players that need time off. So apart from that, everyone that will play will have played Super League this year.
And Scott Moore, he's going to get his first chance to impress. Is he ready to go out and play? Yeah,
look, we'd like to think his fitness levels could be better than what they are, but he's definitely, he's been performing well for Witness, and we're confident he'll perform well for us.
And just to mention for Dave Fahim, if selected this weekend against Swinton, it'll be his 100th game for the Giants. How much of an achievement is that for him, and how much of a fantastic ambassador has he been for the club?
He's been great. In my time here, Phil, he's been a very reliable player. And this is my 4th year at the club now, and it took Phil probably 6 months to get into probably good shape, and since then he's been pretty reliable as far as injury-wise goes. He's played most weeks. He's missed limited amounts of football, but more importantly, he's been a pretty consistent performer for us, and he plays numbers of positions, and he obviously provides different things in attack and a great defensive game. So he's a very important player of our team, and he's generally one of the first ones on the sheet, regardless of whether we're all fit or not fit.